And hello all, this is Lala Madness with another episode of the Fierce Review. You know where to find me at on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, also SoundCloud and Dustspot at the Lala or at Lala Madness. On Facebook, it is at the Lala Madness for my fan page. However, this episode of the Fierce Review, which is episode 14, we'll be discussing weird news, which we do have a regular news or real news segment as well, but this segment will be covering weird news. So we have Arizona proposed porn fee, a man who injects himself with his own semen, not someone else's but his own, 20-year-old macaroni and cheese, a Florida teacher, and more. And I guess we will get right into it here for the weird news. So according to HuffPost, we have Representative Gail Griffin, a GOP lawmaker in Arizona, introduced House Bill 2444, which would require electronic manufacturers to pre-install porn blocking software on all devices. That is Bill 2444. Now, Bill 2444 defines pornographic content as patently offensive material that lacks literary, artist, political, and scientific value. It addresses banning revenge porn websites and anatomical areas that should not be shown. Now, these areas actually include the pubic region, buttocks, female breasts below the point of right above the areolas, that's it. Nothing below there. And male genitalia in a target state, whether covered or uncovered. Don't know what target means, but I'm going to have to check that out. Sounds like maybe an erected state, not sure. Or in a state where we can see your print. No. So I guess that's what they saying. Now, Bill 2444 rather, under this bill, basically it will cost everyone over 18 that accesses porn in the state of Arizona a $20 one-time fee to remove the blockers. So now, if you purchase a phone or a device, tablet, any type of electronic, your computer, laptop, all that good stuff. If you try to access a porn site, basically, in order to remove that, the person will need to prove that they are 18 years of age and pay the $20 fee, which will be paid to the Arizona Commerce Authority. Now, anyone who attempts to deactivate the blocker will be charged with a misdemeanor. You will be charged for a whole ass crime by removing the porn blocker. Interesting. Now, this $20 one-time fee, which I'm assuming Arizona must have a high population, because this funding will be used for sex abuse victims and the border wall and other grants. So I guess they're going to put that money to good use. Border wall, sex abuse victims, and grants. Now, it makes sense that they would have you, if you're watching porn, pay for some sex abuse funding to help save people that's being sex trafficked. Makes sense. I could get that. However, charging me with a whole misdemeanor for deactivating my spam blocker and going around it or whatever have you, the hackers, when you have somebody, like that unauthentic Windows copy. They keep on bugging the hell out of you every little bit of time because when people be like, don't let it update. But you just need to go ahead and buy just go on and take your ass to Walmart or order that bitch online, $300, you can get you one. It's okay because all that you about to go through to prevent that is too much work. No, but they do it. So what you gonna do? Pay the man instead of paying the $20 to have the fee lifted. Plus they gonna know who you is. Like the whole state is gonna know. They're gonna have like a little roster of the people that pay for porn. I don't know. Clearly, and then next thing you know, Anonymous probably gonna get a hold of it. And they gonna release everybody's shit anyway. So at the end of the day, that was a joke. Don't come for me, please. I'm just a small person because I know I ain't got time to play with them. But you get my point. Okay? So, now, what I found interesting about this is that they want to basically ban any type of sexuality, period. Like, I don't know what kind of movies y'all gonna have in a movie theater when, they showing some ass and titties and everything up in there. Everything but a penis. You ain't gonna see a clip of a ball or none of that. But they gonna show them some titties and an ass cheek. Believe that. Now, I don't know how you going to get around that in Arizona. I mean, is that like, that's going to be considered porn? Is what they're trying to say, according to this bill. That's going to be like anything of that you need to pay to see. And they need that $20. And they need to put you on the list so everybody know that you paid the $20. Everybody get a hold of that list. That's like the release of Ashley Madison. Everybody going to know what you done pay for. Child. Anyway. Moving on to the officer cardboard cutouts to deter speeding. Now, in Williamson County, Texas, Sheriff Robert Chody, that's Chody, came up with a genius idea to put up cardboard cutouts of officers with a radar gun appearing to monitor the flow of traffic or clocking speeders. Now, they're put in various areas like on the side of the road and school zones and in high traffic areas where speeders are known to travel at high rates of speed. They usually put these little cardboards there, or what they did, not usually, because that's not what they were doing. This is some shit they tried. So they put the cardboard cutouts there on the side of the road, which I saw the picture or the cardboard cutout. They have a radar gun, which if you're looking from a distance, it looks like a real cop. However, you got to get up on it to see that it's flat, but you're going to be done past the shit by the time you realize that. So surprise. Basically, they had real officers close by monitoring the reaction of motorists. So they said that everyone slowed down or hit the brakes before they made it to the officers, or when they saw that what they thought was an officer, but it was a cutout. However, at this point, you've already slowed down to the speed you're supposed to be at just because you think your ass is caught. I guess it's working. Okay, go ahead, Texas. Y'all gonna try some preemptive shit. Pay for a cardboard cutout, get that duplicated a couple times, put it all over the city. Then, y'all can go solve some real crimes and shit. Fuck the people speed. You need to catch them drugs coming through that thing. I'm just saying. All right. Now, moving on to a man who injects himself with semen. Now, the Irish Medical Journal actually reports that an Ireland man showed up to the hospital complaining of back pain. Now, what does back pain have to do with an injection of semen? We'll find out. Okay. So they noticed a lump of inflammation on his arm at an injection site. So basically right in his forearm where you usually get your blood drawn at is where he pretty much had a little lump going on there. And they were like, what happened? So of course, naturally, when you ask a question, boom, people be answering it for you. And what he said was for 18 months, he's been self-medicating, pretty much doing it once a month. Self-medicating with injecting his own semen into his arm to relieve his back pain. This is something that he basically came up with on his own, like some self-medicating, work this out and heal myself from my back pain. And he felt that injecting himself with his own semen would give him some kind of like super, I don't feel it, like it's an automatic pain reliever. I don't know what kind of dose he thought that was, but apparently the thing is that he wasn't good at it, injecting stuff. He probably been good at extracting the sperm. Because all you got to do is watch a video or two, think of some hot chick, think of some whatever, float your boat, and bam. Some people like weird shit. They make them come too. I don't know. To each his own. Because it's some shit happening out there. Trust me. That's a whole nother episode. And I'm going to give y'all some real shit on that one. That's separate. Coming soon to some kind of device near you. That one gonna be rated NC-17. Just saying. Anyway, so we know he didn't do a good job basically because his arm was swollen because he hurt his back lifting a heavy object, and he gave himself 3 injections of semen back to back. So he usually does 1 injection of semen, but this time he had a real bad injury because he was like, oh my God, my back already weak. I'm already using it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go ahead and get the injection of my own semen. Then I'm going to store in the cup or somewhere and then inject like all that and then shoot, bam, pal. Okay, so he basically said, I'm going to do it 3 times. Like, let me go ahead and do a little amp up. Let me ramp up the dosage, I guess is what he was aiming for. He did 3 times worth of nut. All right, then. Now, the semen had entered his blood vessels and muscles, and the x-ray revealed that he had air trapped beneath the skin. So he was treated with an IV of antimicrobial therapy. So you wasn't even injecting the nut in your, it was injected some in the blood and the muscles. But he didn't even have a good shot. Like, it wasn't even in the veins. Where was he? What was he trying to get to? Like, were you trying to inject it in your bloodstream to kind of give you some superpowers? Or was you trying to inject it to the muscles, thinking it would travel to the back? I mean, I don't know what his intention was. However, he was discharged without draining the swollen nut filled area. All right. Interesting. Didn't drain. Went there for your back pain. They noticed you had another problem. And you just went ahead and got you some antibiotics, and you go ahead and left with the lump still full of nuts. You didn't want them to cut it open and drain. Like, they said they could have drained it because it was just sitting in the arm. Like, it wasn't going nowhere. It wasn't going to no bloodstream. It wasn't going, like, it's just sitting chilling. Like, just like in a little sack of shit. I don't know. But whatever. He went home and took his nut with him. And I hope somebody educated him on how to at least give a proper injection if he's going to be doing this shit on his own. He need to talk to, somebody that draws blood, or, a drug addict that shoot their own shit all the time. They can tell you exactly how to do it. Make sure you get in the vein, because I don't know, was that your intention? Maybe he wasn't trying to get there. Maybe he was just trying to, like, let it soak into the muscle. I don't know. But clearly they didn't release his name, because I don't think he wanted nobody to release it either. Because then people going to be like, that's what that lump been on your arm, bro, the whole time? That part. Now, let's move on to mac and cheese that lasts 20 years. And that shit is with a question mark. So, let's just get into this here about this mac and cheese. Okay, so Costco sells 27 pounds of macaroni and cheese in a 6-gallon bucket. So, like the giant paint bucket, the mop bucket, the soap powder bucket. Them big ass buckets that the grease bucket, all them, the ones with the handle on it that you get the big ass paint in and stuff. Those. When people be stealing the soap powder and they be selling them? You know which ones. The ones, you know which ones. Anyway. Imagine it full of macaroni and cheese. So Costco said that they actually have this for sale. It is $89.99 for 180 servings of Chef's Banquet mac and cheese in a 6-gallon bucket. Like a real one. I saw the picture. It's a real one. And they got a picture of some ooey gooey mac and cheese on the front. Like, it's just like, oh, like your granny made mac and cheese. That's what it looked like. But clearly, it's very deceptive, because we're going to go on with that. So for $89.99, you can get 180 servings of this mac and cheese. Each serving, though, is individually packaged in a bucket. And they are set to last 20 years. So some consider it as part of the Doomsday Prep package. That one that they're telling you go ahead and get so many foods and certain stuff that lasts for a certain amount of time that you kind of can just eat without it having to be heated up or cooked, or doesn't really have a shelf life that's limited. So in this case, they got 20-year mac and cheese. Costco. 27 pounds of it. 6 gallons. That's a lot of carbs. A lot of cheese. A lot of milk. So yeah, now, unfortunately for those that are looking to purchase this product, you can look it up. They got Costco mac and cheese 6-gallon bucket, 27 pounds. They out of stock. Because apparently everybody heard about it before I did. So this has been an ongoing thing where niggas is buying this mac and cheese. Have been buying it. Apparently they going to continue to buy it because they wait on it to come back on sale, because they have to rebuild up the supply and demand portion. They supplied. But when them niggas started demanding more, they wasn't ready. They probably using them shits for cookouts. Child, we ain't got to do nothing. What? They going to go in $10 a piece and get the big ass mac and cheese. And then you just open an individual pack, so you ain't got to worry about who scooped the big ass scoop. No, bitch, yours come in a gummy bear pack. You just slit that open and drop that shit on your plate. Boom, pow. That's your serving. Your portion, according to Costco, you got exactly Exactly what you came for, a serving of mac and cheese. Unfortunately, they got 180 of those servings in that bucket. So you get 180 individually packed mac and cheeses to feed 180 people or have 180 individual meals. I'm just saying. Cookout, the wedding, I could think of all kind of places to have this mac and cheese. But let me tell you why I'm not about to have this mac and cheese, because I got some fucking questions. Let's go ahead with the questions, because I want to know. Now, that's what they had to say about their damn mac and cheese that ain't on sale right now, because due to a large number of orders, them bitches is in the plant processing the processed mac and cheese. Because let's get into it. Now, what I want to know, and this is me, I don't give a fuck. Y'all can ask, you know what I'm saying? Costco, you can come for me too, because I'm going to respond. I want to know if you can answer this for me. What the fuck kind of cheese is you using that's going to last 20 years? Because I know that they got the aged cheese. They got the aged cheddar. Some cheese take a long time. You know what I'm saying? You got little cottage cheese, which is like old fermented cheese. I get it. There's different cheeses. And they all have different processes and take a long time, apparently, to age and get to this right, perfect, like how you go and pick your berries and fruits and shit. It's a certain time the cheese got to sit. I get that. But when it's on the shelf, there is a shelf life. Once that shit come out of wherever the hell closet it's been fermenting in for however many years until it's ready to be made into cheese. I don't know how the fuck they do it because I'm not a cheese maker. So if you're educated on cheese, then let me know how they do it. Because I know it's some cheese and then it's aged. They make some milk and all this shit to make it and cream or whatever they do. Okay. They gotta let it sit a long time. Get it together. The flavor gotta come into play. All that. But that shit, 20 years. What the fuck kind of cheese? Once you cut it, start cooking with it, and it get all warm and cooked up, that is gonna last 20 motherfucking years, Costco. What kind of cheese you using? I don't want that cheese. Okay. What kind of shelf life does your cheese have? Because when you go to the store and get cheese, it has a shelf life on it. It says it expires at this date this year. Bam, pow. So everything according to the FDA is regulated on time, how long it lasts on the shelf and how long it should last in your refrigerator once it comes from the grocery store. So at that point that it comes to my house in this fucking big ass bucket, do my 20 years start then? Or does it start when you made it? Which then, if it's can sit for 20 years, but you probably made it 10 years ago. So did my 10 years start like then? But how do I know when that was made? You gonna have the little expiration date on it and I'm supposed to just know that. So if I see some shit that's 2019 and I see some shit say that it expired in 2020, like an average product would say, that means that shit was made in 2000. That's what you're telling me. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah. 20 years, shelf life, mac and cheese. What I want to know here at Costco is, and this is a real interesting one. What the fuck kind of preservatives do you have in there? Because when you make mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese, the box mac and cheese, all this kind of mac and cheese, all but Costco's mac and cheese will start to grow shit. So, you get the macaroni and cheese that turns green after a little bit. You leave that in the refrigerator. You realize, oh shit, I forgot that macaroni and cheese been in there for 2 weeks. Or you going to have one of them clean out the refrigerator moments and you realize, damn, I forgot this was in here. Guess what? The mac and cheese will have some extra shit popping off. Clearly, to where you want to throw away your whole fucking pot. Like, fuck it. You need to cook that shit in a disposable fucking pan. So you can throw that bitch away. Because when mac and cheese start growing shit, it's not cute. So I want to know why yours don't grow nothing. And what kind of fucking mac and cheese you using or making. Or what kind of sauce or cheese that you using. Where your shit gonna last 20 whole years. I got it. Like, that's a long ass time. I got a kid that's 21. I can think of a lot of shit that I did in 20 years. Lots of shit too. Low. So I could just imagine what this cheese is not doing for 20 years, which is going bad. So does it like at the 20th year, does it just start to like it poof turn green in? Like, does it do that like Cinderella? You know, when that bitch got out that little at 11 o'clock, bitch, it's all bad. Was it one of them? I mean, So like year 20, it's like bam pal. Now that could be quite interesting. That is quite interesting. What kind of preservatives are you using? And what kind of fucking cheese are you using? And let me tell you why I don't eat sliced cheese. So I don't give a fuck what kind of cheese you're using. I don't eat sliced cheese. Why don't I eat sliced cheese? Because according to the FDA, sliced cheese only got to be 51% cheese. The 49% can be whatever the fuck they want it to be. A little oil, a little of this, a little of that. Like some cheese is rubber. Like, nah, that's why that government cheese, that's real cheese. Like, they ain't giving you nothing. No, you like chop that down. You got to make the government cheese have the best damn sandwich you ever fucking want to have. That's what they say. Been saying it since the 60s. Since they been getting the government cheese. I'm just saying, that's real cheese. Now, explain to me how the hell your cheese gonna last 20 years. Because even the government cheese don't last fucking 20 years, nigga. So, is that real cheese? Or is it a cheese-like sauce? And what kind of fucking noodles you using? Because noodles don't last that fucking long either. You can put them in. They'll start to grow some shit too. You have some fucking noodles in the refrigerator. Boop. I guess mixed with your preservative ass cheese-like sauce, them two together will do a like preservation. Like a whole numb your harangue cure moment. Like it's going to come together and save the masses. I don't know. Which I guess is that saying that if you eat the mac and cheese, it'll preserve you too? They give you an extra 20 years? Since it gets it, like if you just eat only this mac and cheese and water, will you have an extra 20 years? This mac and cheese sure in the fuck do. You don't, but it does. Hell yeah, that's a whole, like, you can give somebody this mac and cheese at their fucking baby shower. And they kid, once they graduate, can still eat this fucking mac and cheese at the graduation. I mean, the high school graduation. You can have this mac and cheese when the kids is going off to college for the college celebration. Because the cheese from this mac and cheese will still be good 20 years later. Because they got the 20-year preservative cheese-like sauce mac and cheese. I am dying to go online and see these ingredients. I'm going to go check that shit out. I got stuck on a 20-year mac and cheese and the big ass paint bucket gallon thing with the handle on it. I was still stuck on that. But you don't have to worry about me eating the fake cheese. And you don't have to worry about me having an individual pack, a container, a serving. I don't want no serving of mac and cheese. I want to get the scoop, like the people at the cookout that you want to send home. I want to get as much as I want. Don't be telling me like limitations and shit. I don't have time for that. Anyway, there's that info or tidbit about your 20-year-old mac and cheese that'll still be good and popping from your baby shower to your kids' fucking graduation. Them niggas gonna have a whole job and probably a college degree, at least an associate's, driving their own vehicle, paying their own car insurance, and in their own crib by the time this mac and cheese expire. Okay? Yeah, that part. It's some bitches' pussies don't last that long because they go and get the rejuvenation after about 20 years. So, go figure. Anyway, so we have the Florida teacher who smears feces at the park coming up next. Now, on December 1st, Heather Carpenter, age 42, who was a substitute teacher in Sarasota, Florida. Basically, she's facing charges of criminal mischief of over $1,000 in damage. And basically, it's because she was upset at a Sarasota, Florida principal named Allison Foster, who was a principal at the Felipe Shores Elementary School. And what the issue was, so basically Helen Carpenter was upset at Allison Foster, who was the principal of the school that she taught at. Okay, so Heather Carpenter was the sub at the same school. a substitute teacher. Okay. So she had basically told the principal that she was unhappy with the situation. She did a formal complaint, a professional complaint. Once she did the professional complaint, the principal ended up following up on it, and of course they give you your result, just like at the end of an investigation. This is the result of what we came up with. Well, they decided that they told her the outcome, and that was it. That's finalized. That's what we came up with. And she decided she didn't like that shit. So what she did was claim she didn't like the outcome of that. And so she decided to take matters into her own hands. She said, fuck it, I'm going to resolve the issue myself since you didn't do it how I liked you to do it. So now Allison Foster had basically planned a birthday party for her daughter at, excuse my pronunciation, Urfer, U-R-F-E-R. Urfer is what the fuck I'm coming up with. Urfer. U-R-Fer. F-E-R. If it's a different way, I spelled it for you. You can look it up yourself. All right, then. So, at the Urfer Family Park in Sarasota, Florida. Now, so she planned her on the weekends as a teacher or a principal, you feel like you off. I'm not working right now. I am actually with my family, so I'm giving my daughter a birthday party, which is normal. That's what normal people do. They throw birthday parties for their children. Go figure. And they picked this nice little park, which is normal because people go to parks to have parties and picnics and whatnot. Okay. And basically they got there and Heather Carpenter had basically smeared feces and urine from a cup onto the wood tables and grills at this location where this party was supposed to be at. She was pissed, literally. Like she brought the piss with her to let y'all know how pissed she was. And she was shitting on y'all too because she brought the shit with her as well. In a whole cup. I hope that shit was one of them white disposable, like the foam cups that you get from. Anyway. So basically, she smeared feces from a cup onto the wood tables and grills. Now, there was a witness as well, and they did give a statement of the incident. Okay. And they did describe her. Come to find out, they took the information or, the sketch or whoever have you, the description back to the principal, and the principal stated, hey, it's this chick right here. This is who you're talking about, and me and her had an issue. And boom, she done went to my baby birthday party, was seen by a whole nother person that gave a statement, wiping shit and piss on the tables and the grill where we supposed to eat at, and then it's porous. Wood holds everything, so wood is going to soak up that piss and shit, and then when you sit on it, it's gonna release that piss and shit in your clothes. That's kind of how that happened. Right. Now, the witness statement, like I said, did name her as a suspect, and therefore, once they went and put that together with the lady whose birthday party, or the principal rather, whose birthday party was ruined due to it, they then came up with the suspect, went up to the Heather lady and was like, hey, on December 7th. Now, December 7th is when they questioned her. December 1st is when the incident took place. So you have a whole week's time that's basically taking place in between the time of the incident and the time of communication between finding out it could possibly be her. So now they go and meet with her, and she says she intentionally placed the feces at the pavilion to disrupt the party. So she admitted to the police when questioned, why would you do this, or did you do this? She said, yeah, I did it, and I intended to do it because I was going to disrupt the hell out of that. Now, she has caused $2,300 worth of damages to replace the tables and grills, which is why her charge was for criminal mischief over $1,000, because she caused $2,300 worth of damage to some grills and all. Is not considered. Now, that was some dumbass shit. Now, you're not thinking about this E. coli and this nasty ass shit that you spreading all over everywhere with innocent people that have nothing to do with this one girl. You trying to affect other people's children that was invited to this party, or other random people that's going to come sit there tomorrow or the day after or whatever have you, because this is some shit that ain't going, you can't just go and do a little spring clean, wipe down, and these people ain't even going to know that this is what happened here. If it wasn't for the man that saw your dumb ass. And you didn't even wear a disguise because, bitch, they described you to the T. Boom. Stupid in action. That's exactly what that was. So now you done showed up and did this to these innocent children. And what if kids started getting sick from all this E. coli and this piss and urine and all this that you got all around these seats and on the grills where this food is gonna be cooked at? Bitch, you need your ass beat. That's what you need. Heather, whatever your name is, need your ass beat because you out of line for trying to affect other children, other people's children that was just invited to this party that have nothing to do with your anger for how a business situation at your job turned out, and bitch, use a substitute. Get mad when they talking about some benefits and bitch, you been at your job for 20 years and now you get caught in some scandal and now your ass is fired. Or they just come and say, oh, I'm sorry, you only need 6 more months to go, but we're going to go ahead and end your position now and you don't get your full benefit package because of that. This is okay, now you mad. I get that. But whatever it was, you just didn't agree with the outcome, so you take it out on other people's children. Bitch, you dumb. Use a bird. And that was stupid. Okay. And from that picture of your damn mugshot, it looked like you was going through some shit. So, boom, that part. Yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for that because I'm not about to get into it with y'all people, but that was some dumb ass shit, you Florida ass teacher that did that and put all that shit, literally the shit, at the park for the kids that had nothing to do with the situation to ruin somebody's birthday party. That bitch is a principal. She got a little change to hurry up and take them kids to Boop, around the corner, Discovery Zone, Chuck E. Cheese, Monkey Joe's, all them shits. Yeah, Malibu Grand Prix, all them. Somebody somewhere to do something is popping somewhere that she could just reroute. Tell the parents go to another location. You didn't do nothing but possibly affect future people that were going to come there and get their children sick because you want to be an asshole and be in your feelings. Bitch, get out your feelings because that ain't got nothing to do with them damn kids, you fucking fool. Anyway, at the end of the day, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Lala Madness with another episode of the Fierce Review. Weird News. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Dustspot, SoundCloud, and all social media platforms at Lala Madness. And also on Facebook at The Lala Madness. Also taking music submissions right now for LalasHouseOfMadness.com and spending all music, unsigned artists, MP3s. Send them in to LMFierceReview at gmail.com. And until we meet again,